As a mom of 3 girls, I know how hard it is to watch your child come home hurt by the words or actions of another kid. Whether it's teasing, exclusion, or outright bullying, it breaks your heart to see your child in pain. I've had those moments in my own home. My oldest daughter, she developed a love for unicorns, and one of her asks was for a journal, a unicorn journal, and she loved that journal. Imagine my shock, my surprise when one night she asked me to do away with this journal, that she didn't want to use it anymore. Once asking what the change was about, she let me know that one of her friends told her that her journal was childish. There was so much sadness in her eyes, and as a mom, it just didn't feel good. And here's what I've learned. We can't always control how other kids act, but we can help our children navigate those moments with courage, with wisdom, and with faith. First, listen before you respond. When one of my daughters shares about being bullied, I fight the urge to jump in with solutions right away. Instead, I let her talk, I validate her feelings, and I say things like, "That sounds really hard. Thank you for telling me." Kids need to know that their pain is heard before they're ready to give advice or get advice. Second, remind them of who they are. Bullying can make a child question their worth. I'll look my daughters in the eye and say, "You are fearfully and wonderfully made." That's Psalm 139. I want them to know that no cruel word or action can change what God says about them. Third, give them practical tools. I'll teach my girls to use their words firmly, walk away when it's safe, and know when to involve an adult. Sometimes we'll role play so that they feel prepared. It's not about making them fight back. It's about equipping them with confidence and wisdom. Fourth, bring faith into the conversation. I remind them of Jesus' words in Matthew 5:44, where he says, "Love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you." That doesn't mean tolerating harmful behavior, but it does mean we respond without letting bitterness take root. We can stand strong and still keep our hearts soft. Finally, stay engaged as a parent. I check in regularly. How are things going at school? Or have you had any more trouble with that classmate? And when necessary, I step in and I advocate for them. They need to know that they don't have to face this alone. So, if your child is dealing with bullies, take heart. You may not be able to shield them from every unkind word, but you can give them what they need most: a listening ear, a reminder of their God-given worth, and the tools to walk through it with strength and grace. Because at the end of the day, our kids don't just need protection from bullies. They need the confidence to know that with God's help, they can rise above it.